Finally, after 20 years, we get the return of Renton, Sick Boy, Spud and Begbie. It's the sequel to Trainspotting, T2. I've got to say, this film is a serious disappointment. I'm not sure I ever really wanted a sequel to this, but I kind of figured that if Danny Boyle is on board and the original writers and then all the original actors, they must have something special. You know, they don't wait this long and then sign on the dotted line without bringing something special. And I personally just don't feel they bring it. This film is about nostalgia. It's about looking at the past, however destructive that may have been, through rose-tinted glasses. Or at least that's how the character of Renton seems to look at them. He's always harping on about the past, how things were, I guess, better back then, or in certain ways at any rate. He's gone away for 20 years after stealing the money at the end of the first film, and he's come back essentially with his tail tucked between his legs. He's kind of had a crack at life, and it turns out it's not that great. He's not been able to make that much of it. So yeah, he comes back home because that's where he feels like himself, I guess. The problem with this film is that rather than giving a proper kind of commentary on nostalgia, all it does is give us hints or little bits, snippets from the first film, or it retells those bits from the first film in a different way, puts a different slant on them. So we get all the famous iconic sequences or scenes here and there, just kind of retweaked. And all that does is remind you that, actually, the first film was pretty good. It was pretty special, and I kind of wish I was watching that right now. Much of this film's running time is taken up with a vengeance plot from many different sides, as it happens. Because obviously Renton taking that money meant that he left his friends in a pretty bad place with him. We had Begbie, who ended up going to prison. He breaks out and then wants to get vengeance on him. And then we have Sick Boy, who was his best friend. And yeah, he feels betrayed. So much of this film kind of focuses on that. It focuses on their negative feelings towards Renton, and it doesn't really do anything for me as a plot, given just how great the first film was with social commentary. You know, the first film was such a good comment on the youth culture of that time, and it was propped up with a really great soundtrack. Again, hints of which are kind of filtered in here. You know, we never get all the songs from the first film, but we get snippets of them, or we get reworks of them, remixes of them that kind of sporadically pop up throughout the film. And all it does, again, is remind you how good that first film was, rather than making you think, oh yeah, they've brought something new to the table here. I don't feel like the characters are as fully rounded or as fully well realised in this film. You know, and some of the ways in which they're written feel kind of heavy-handed and come out of nowhere. So we have this sequence with Begbie and something to do with his past that comes up. And it's meant to be a bit heartwarming, I think. It's meant to show us a different side to him. But it sideswipes us. It comes, like I say, out of nowhere. It feels like elements are forced into this film just to add a bit more depth, but the depth feels hollow, it feels false. Another thing that the first film did so perfectly is delve into the world of addiction. It showed just how dark and dank and dirty the world of addiction was, but it also showed you why people stay addicted, why they take drugs, you know, the pull of it. So on the one hand, looking from the outside, yeah, you can look down on it, you can say, oh, I would never touch that stuff, but then you understand why the people that do. You know, addiction is this terrible leech that kind of really grabs hold of you, and once it's got hold of you, it doesn't let go. And in this film, we get a little speech from Ewan McGregor's character, Renton, and then all of a sudden, Spud seems able to kick his habit like that. And it's like, I kind of feel that does a disservice to the many people in this world who are hooked on drugs. It feels far too easy. It's too easy a way out for this character than what we were shown in the first film, when actually, once addiction's got hold of you, in order to break free from it, you need to be locked in a room seeing all manner of visions, such as babies crawling across the ceiling, just to break free, you know? We don't get that here. Spud seems to be able to break free of it, and yeah, like I say, it just, for me, this film is a bit of a mess. It's a bit hollow, and I simply just don't like it as much as I did the first one. There are entertaining moments. I still think these characters do give us a few laughs at times. There are a few nice jokes in it, a few humorous moments. But like I say, it's just a bit too hollow. I give this a 2.5 out of 5. So there you go. There's my review of T2, Trainspotting. Another thing I don't like, the title. Trainspotting 2 would have sufficed, seriously. Now all you can think of is Terminator 2, Judgment Day. But yeah, there's my thoughts. But what about you? What did you think about this film? Have you seen it? If so, comment below, let me know. And until next time, thanks for watching.